Now we welcome in a unique gal. She is one of 21 student athletes from Texas A&M to receive an NCAA Fall Postgraduate Scholarship of $10,000. And not only is she one of 21 student athletes, she is the only one in her sport of equestrian riding. We welcome in Anne Elizabeth Tebow. Welcome in Houston Sports Show, Anne.
Thank you so much for having me. It's super great to be here.
We're super happy to have you, and first and foremost, we want to ask you how you're doing through this quarantine. How is your family? Are y'all staying safe and everyone's healthy?
It's definitely been a big adjustment. Things have been really crazy, but without being able to ride and stuff, that's something that's very kind of hard to deal with. But my family's in Oklahoma, so I'm an out-of-state student, so it's kind of hard to be away from family at a time like this. But I'm very thankful that all of my family is safe, and if me staying here in College Station with the shelter in place and everything means that I can help keep family members at home safe and can help watch out for my own health, I'm definitely willing to make that sacrifice. So I'm really excited to be reunited with them soon, and just glad that everybody in my local vicinity is relatively safe.
That's good to hear. I know it's hard being separated from loved ones at this time right now. What were your initial reactions whenever you got the phone call? Or first off, how did you find out that you received the scholarship?
Well, so our athletic academic advising student engagement staff, I've gotten the chance to be really close with them over the last few years, and so they called me and told me about it. I had gotten an email, but I was actually in practice during the time that I got the email, and we're not supposed to have our phones in practice, but I had it like snuck kind of like just tucked in my saddle. And so Christy, who is the advisor that helped with my nomination, she was like, have you checked your email, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, maybe I should check my email. And so I was like, my coach was like, AE, what are you doing on your phone? And I was like, I just got a $10,000 scholarship. And she's like, okay, I guess that's an okay reason to be on your phone right now. She doesn't really promote the idea of texting and riding. You know, it's kind of like texting and driving, but
Yeah.
that was a okay situation for that. So when I got nominated, they were like, we want to nominate you for this, but like it's not something that is common to get, so like really don't get your hopes up about it or anything. So when I found out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, I can't believe this. And I was actually fortunate enough to receive another postgraduate scholarship through the SEC. It's the Brad Davis Community Leader Award, and so I got $7,500 for that. So between the $10,000 one from the NCAA and the $7,500 one from the SEC, I basically have my first year of medical school paid for, which is something that I never in a million years even knew was a possibility, especially not coming from, I mean, I love athletics and I've absolutely loved my experience with it, but like I never knew that my athletic career and being involved with the athletics department could lead to something as incredible as paying for my medical school.
That is truly a blessing. That is absolutely amazing. And I heard you say that your coach referred to you as AE, and I actually got a response to that on email, but on your Twitter, you have way cooler than Tim, and your last name is Tebow. So we know that you have to be referring to the superstar football player, Tim Tebow. Where did that come about, where you decided to put way cooler than Tim, or are you related?
So my grandpa says that we're like distantly related, but my dad likes to say he hasn't come looking for us yet. But I had a lot of like coaches as teachers in high school, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people from my high school don't even know my first name. Everybody just called me Tebow. Even my boyfriend in high school called me Tebow for like the first 2 years that we dated. So it's just like a lot of people have just always called me Tebow, and so it's a question that I get all the time. So as a student athlete and as somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm way cooler than Tim. Like, it's kind of a joke, but I really respect him and everything he stands for, and just kind of his lifestyle and all the things that he values. But
right. It is totally okay to say you're way cooler than Tim. Or, you know, you can be the girl version way on down the line of distant cousins or whatever y'all are. But speaking about your accomplishments and your accolades at Texas A&M, you are a student athlete. Obviously, you're taking classes, but you're also president of the Student Advisory Athletic Committee. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you oversee and what you do within that committee as well?
Yeah, so I like to explain SAC, as we call it, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We all refer to it as SAC, and that's what it's referred to on a national level. I like to kind of refer to it as a student council for athletics. So a lot of people are familiar with what student council is in high school and things like that. And it's kind of just a way for us student athletes to advocate for the things that we believe in or the things that we want to see in our athletics department. It can be anything from service initiatives that we want to put together to voicing our opinion on different NCAA legislation that's coming up. And it's a way for student athletes to connect to our athletic director. Texas A&M has a new athletic director this year, and he has been absolutely awesome about connecting with SAC and really letting us have a voice for the student athletes when it comes to him making decisions and things like that. So we're really, really thankful for that. It can also be anything from like getting more lighting and parking so that student athletes are safer at night, and just really advocating for nutrition and wellness and mental health and just everything that goes into the student athlete experience so that we can make sure that our student athletes at A&M are getting the best experience possible. And so we have 600 plus student athletes at A&M. And so my job is to work with my executive team and the representatives from each sport that are SAC representatives to really make sure that we're getting a holistic viewpoint of what student athletes want and making sure that they all get the best experience.
Wow. So you being a student athlete, you know, it kind of helps because you know what all the other student athletes need and their necessities, but that's got to be a lot of work alongside school and writing yourself. Plus, you've maintained a 3.9 grade point average. And how do you like manage to do all of these things and then maintain that grade point average as well? It's got to be so difficult.
Well, I mean, it's my idea of fun. I was involved in a lot of things like this in high school. I actually had the chance to be the national president of the American Quarter Horse Association when I was in high school. So that's a group with 20,000 plus members. So I really got to learn about like advocation work and things through that experience. And that was something that I really wanted to carry over into my collegiate experience. And I had the chance to get involved with SAC. I spent a year serving as the vice president of selfless service, which really gave me a chance to connect with the service aspect, which is something that's huge at A&M. Selfless service is one of our core values, so that was an incredible experience and a way to connect with the community. And then building off of that, it's what I do for fun. Like if I have a free hour, I'm like, what service opportunity can I go to? And that might sound cheesy, but I'm just the kind of person that tries to live every day to the fullest and really try to get involved with things. Even if I have free time, I don't know how to handle it. It's always filled. I sleep like 5, maybe 6 hours a night. But in addition to the internal stuff that we do with SAC, I've been able to serve on the vice president of student affairs, his student leadership communication group. And so I've been able to connect with like the student body president and the head of the core and things like that to really bring things together. And then I get to represent SAC on the Memorial Student Center board of directors. And so it's just really been an awesome opportunity to get people on campus to have the chance to connect with student athletes, it's just something that warms my heart and something that I am just passionate about. So it makes it easy to want to get up and do stuff like that every day.
Talk about a girl who does it all. And if you have any free time, like you said, you're contributing in some sort of fashion, whether it's school, service. That's incredible. And now, are you going to be writing whenever you do go to Oklahoma when you study for your master's program?
So one of the reasons that I have had the University of Oklahoma College of Medicine as my dream school for so long is because I do have family there. My experience living in Texas over the last 4 years has been awesome, and it's really given me independence and things, but I have 5 generations on both sides that live in the general Oklahoma City area, and so I have a huge family connection there. And it's my family is all farmers and ranchers, and so I'll be 20 minutes. The med school is about 20 minutes from my parents' farm that has my horses that I've grown up with. We have about 10 to 15 horses on the property at a time, so I'll be able to ride my horse that I competed on growing up. My parents were like, he's an investment, like we're gonna sell him when you graduate and stuff. So I finished my last world championship show as a youth, and I was like, so what are we doing with Vinny? And they were like, oh, he's a once in a lifetimer, we gotta keep him. And I was like, oh, okay. And so my dad rides him now, and my dad sends me videos of him riding him every day, and we have some younger horses, so I'm really excited to really get to connect with my family on that and just continue riding in the little bit of free time that I have. So it's really my escape and what I love to do for free time, and a way that I can spend time with my family and friends. So I definitely will continue riding when I'm home.
That's awesome. Keep that riding going. It's in your heart. It's your passion. You love it. No matter if you got to make some time for the things that you love. And we appreciate you sharing some time that you have with us here on Houston Sports Show, with everything that you do, the committees you're on, keeping your grades up. I know that you had an online class earlier this morning, and you will be graduating in May, which is very exciting. So congratulations for that, and congratulations on the scholarship. We couldn't be happier for you, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the sport of equestrian. I know we really appreciate that. We're an up-and-coming sport, but we really encourage people to check us out, and it can be a really fun time to come to our meets. So if anybody has the chance to come, keep supporting Aggie Equestrian and equestrian as a whole sport.
Support equestrian, and support way cooler than Tim. That is Anne Elizabeth Thibault. So thank you again, Anne, and good luck.
Thank you.